When you watched the original films, I'm sure you did many times to help you with your vision.
Many.
What did you want to kind of beg and borrow and steal from that first film?
Well, there were pieces of it that I felt were important. I felt, for instance, I knew that I wanted to do a live-action animation sequence because I felt it was in the DNA of Mary Poppins and so important. I kept using myself as a barometer. What would I want to see? What would I'd want to see the penguins again, in a different way, used in a different way, but I wanted to see them again.
Everyone's so excited about the penguins. When I saw it and I went back to the studio, everyone was like, are the penguins in the film? Are the penguins there?
People want to know.
They are the real stars,
well, they're things
aren't
that
they?
mean so much to us, deeply, to all our childhoods,
To see the kids running around, tearing around, not glued to phones and technology, it really does kind of take you into the old-fashioned times.
Yes, I mean,
it?
it's this is an homage to the musicals of my past, that I grew up with, and I don't think we've had one of those in a long time.
And talking of Bert, did you actually speak to Dick Van Dyke? Did you get any kind of tips and tricks from him before you filmed?
To stand in a room with Dick Van Dyke is to sort of get the energy that bounces off him in waves, right? He's got that glint in his eye. I mean, I'm sure everyone broke into applause when he appeared when you saw the movie. It happens every time anyone sees the movie because, he turned 93 years old yesterday, and he's still got more energy than anyone I've ever met. And he's, I think that the key to that is he's still so curious. He's still so wonderful and curious and open, and so it's a joy to be around him.
Is that your aim, to be dancing on tables at 93 years
I
old?
hope so. When we're on Mary Poppins 5, I'd love to be dancing on a desk. If I had an ounce of that, I'd be very grateful indeed.
Can we do a very quick 30-second game?
Yes, we can. I love games.
There have been so many random sort of scenarios over the years in That's So Raven, random, quirky, wacky moments.
For sure.
And I want you to work out whether that's so Raven or that's so not Raven.
Okay.
And That's So Raven wiggles her nose before the vision arrives.
That's so Bewitched.
Yes.
I love that
Can
show.
you give us a bit of your vision sense now? Can you give us a
I can
vision?
help you get to that.
Can you?
Because mine requires camera work and
and effects.
And effects. So I can get you there.
Okay.
Want me to get you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say hiccup, and when you hiccup, you're just going to stop whatever you're talking about, and you're going to think about something.
Okay.
Hiccup.
That was not at all natural, was it?
No, you got to be ready for it.
that moment. I was like, I know it's coming. I know she's talking to me about my jacket.
That's how serious the vision is. It comes out of nowhere.
I'm here at Teal in Edenbridge. It's an equine therapy farm where the horses help children with their learning, their behaviour, and even teach maths and English skills. I'm going to head in and find out a little bit more. I think Lucy and Lisa are waiting for me inside. So let's go. What is it about horses that you love?
Because they help me to walk and talk, because I never ever did talk.
Wow. So that it made you want to express yourself and come out of your shell?
Yeah.
And how do you both feel when you're around horses?
I feel quite relaxed and, I feel wanted.
This is Diesel. He's an American miniature horse. He's only 34 inches tall, which makes him about the size of a large dog. He's really clever and he's a rescue. He came to me when I was only a teenager. I was studying for my exams at school and I got a call to say, can you come and collect this miniature horse? Because he'd been rejected from his herd because he's got a number of scars on his neck. So I collected him and it's been excitement ever since. As you can tell, he's a big personality. I've got to ask you, Raven, because you were a child star in Hollywood. A lot of child stars come into difficulties, they struggle with the fame. You seem to have taken it all in your stride over the years and you're back bigger and better than ever. Do you think you were born to be in the spotlight? Do you think you were born ready?
I'm always born ready. But I've definitely had my challenges. I just choose to do them in the privacy of my own home and with my own family. And I know that, at any moment, someone's ready for me to fall. And I don't want to give anybody that opportunity. I just don't. I feel like if I'm going to go through something, I'm going to go through it in a way that I feel comfortable and come out on the other side. And my mom and my family will always be there for me. So when I have my challenges and I go through my breakups and sadness, I stay in the house.
Has anything stayed with you from being Jane and Michael Banks? Have you learned anything from the characters?
Basically, those characters are two characters who are sort of in middle life. They've got to the middle of their lives and they're in a bit of a sort of
moments of midlife crisis in a way. Jane's not in total denial that she is in one, but she kind of is in one, and he's just openly in one. And I think that there's something that, about being at that time in life that is quite painful and challenging. And I feel like I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
I particularly saw Mr. Banks in you when you had your meltdown about the finances and when things were going wrong. I could see that kind of hysteria from the original Mr. Banks,
Yeah.
for sure. But then you also had those lovely emotional moments where you had, the sad ballad to sing and you had to cry. How do you get in that zone where you have to be sad? It's one of the hardest emotions to portray.
It's much easier than being happy.
No, it's
It
not.
is. It really is, I think.
Why?
I don't know. But
I
it's
think
really.
easier being happy.
Do you? I'm
Yeah.
always, whenever someone says, this is a really happy scene, you've had a really great time, you're laughing, you're joking.
I know what you mean.
always
Though,
just like,
that makes you want to cringe.
what?
I know.
someone says you're a bit sad, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of.
Yeah, hit me.
Brilliant. Okay, it's called the Cockney Quickfire. China plate. Think of another word for friend. A bit of a clue.
Oh, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice
great.
accent. Insects and ants.
Pants.
Yes. Dog's eye.
Ooh.
Yeah. A bit of a trick one, this one. Think of something you could eat.
Fry?
Meat pie.
Meat pie.